Super quick video for you today, folks, where I'll be exhibiting a fast and reliable method to gather intel for the Cayo Perico heist in GTA Online. First up, I'll show you the best way of getting to the communications tower, along with an easy approach for solving the signal box hack that needs to be completed once we arrive. To get things started, you'll want to grab the bike that's provided at the end of the runway shortly after landing. Failing that, you can use a car instead, but do try to get the bike, it's a lot easier. For the most part, you'll just need to follow my movements until I get to the communications tower, but I will chime in along the way with any tips and tricks that I feel might help your journey. Alright, so it's at around this spot here that I usually hold up for a second and double check the map, to make sure there's no cars or enemies up ahead on the road we're about to cross. And as soon as it looks clear, you can continue following my path. Once you become more familiar with the route, you'll probably be able to suss out all of the enemies by just using the mini-map alone, but until then there's no harm in taking your time. Now we're at people's most hated part of the island, with the highest concentration of guards on the map next to the compound itself. Fortunately for us though, we're going to jump right past it and avoid every last one of them. Keep an eye on this guard right here, and his cone of vision. It's not too difficult to discover a pattern, and then figure out the best time to move. Once he's looking the other way and you feel it's safe to start, you're going to want to mash the accelerator down and head towards the rock on the left hand side. The jump can be a bit annoying and take a bit of practice, but it's totally worth the time investment. Having the option of skipping past the bottleneck of guards is very useful, especially if you plan on heisting a lot. The good news is though, we're done with the hardest part. It's now more or less just a straight shot to the communications tower. I'll be showing you the safest path from here, but do make sure you keep an eye on your minimap for any passing red dots or cones of vision. This is one of the heaviest patrol lines for enemy cars, which do have a habit of sneaking up on you, so it's often good to make sure they've cleared the area first. Once you're on this hill, you're pretty much all good. Every so often there will be a guard on the ground floor, right near the yellow dot, but he's in a fixed location and shouldn't give you any problems. If there is a guard next to the tower, you'll have the unfortunate task of having to climb all the way to the top of the ladder before you can hack the signal box. However, if you don't see a guard, your life is made a lot easier by being able to access the hack right here on the ground level. Either way, once you're ready to go, hit the prompted button and we'll get this thing loaded up. So these hacks are pretty easy, it's just basic multiplication. You've got your target number at the top, which you have to achieve by multiplying the numbers on the left with the symbols on the right. This symbol here will multiply your number by 1, meaning it will stay the same. This symbol here will multiply the number by 2, and the X symbol will multiply the selected number by 10. From there it's really just a matter of doing some quick maths or playing a game of trial and error to best calculate the numbers for the desired target that's displayed at the top. You're only given a set amount of time, represented by the battery here, but it's fairly forgiving, so don't feel you have to rush too much. There is a time penalty for going over the required result though, so do be careful with that. You are given a preview of every multiplication down here, and you will have a chance to confirm it before it's permanently added to the total, so you hopefully won't have too much trouble avoiding the penalties and figuring it out. Once the result matches the target, you'll receive the connection successful message and you'll be all good to go and ready to use the Sightseer app on your phone to observe El Rubio's mansion. There's a lot of targets inside the compound that are available for you to check out. Which ones you go for will completely depend upon your playstyle. If you want to be thorough, you can scroll through all of the cameras and mark every location, but in a lot of cases that's not really necessary. The only thing that's for sure though is you definitely want to check out the primary target, which is located in the basement. Without that, there's not really a heist, so make sure you at least observe that before finishing up. When you're all done with the hack in the communications tower, you'll need to head back to the airport. Fortunately, there's an easy way of doing that. Once you're ready to go, you just need to find your nearest guard and purposely get detected. At which point they'll grab a hold of you and promptly throw you back to where you started, which in this case is super convenient as it spawns you right next to the plane that takes you back to Los Santos. Before you think about leaving Cayo Perico though, be sure to consider scoping out your preferred secondary target loot locations to maximise your profits during the heist. You can find 4 targets inside the big hangar that's located here, and then another 2 targets on the other side of the runway. Of course, you're not confined to these locations. There's a whole bunch scattered all over the map, but these are the ones I usually go for because they're easy to get to, and they also work well for the strats that I use during the finale. If you want to know more about secondary targets, or how to complete the final heist, I'll be sure to include links to all relevant guides in the description for the video. However, that will be a wrap for today, everyone. If you found this useful, please help it to be seen by more people by tapping the thumbs up button down below. And if you're new to the content, do think about subscribing as well. I'm a Rockstar Games exclusive channel, and I cover just about everything GTA Online has to offer. Until we meet again, you bunch of legends, I am Red Nitrate, and I'll catch you on the next one.